my surroundings more, like who I allow into my house and who I allow into my life, because the wrong crowd can lead you down that path. And always to kind of like stay motivated. You get what I'm trying to say? To keep my mind in the right place, because I think it's so easy once the ball starts rolling. It's so easy to go down the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad did. So I just always make sure that you know, I just keep motivated. Like, okay, you're doing your stand up and the comedy is going well. Blah 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 blah. Keep at it. Just keep open. Don't look back. Keep going in that direction. You get what I'm trying to say? But that's the only thing that it's made me be. It's not made me be like, oh, I have to be the greatest dad. It's not made, you know.
Wow, okay.
It's more just stay on top of yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's easy to go down that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. You know, I've never heard it from an angle. Normally people would say, okay, he wasn't there, so my purpose is I've got to be there for my son. But your angle is more of, if I take care of me, then I can I can actually be that role anyway.
Yeah, I'm that role anyway. My son, listen, it's easy to be, well, it's easy for a child to just love their dad. They think dad is fun. Even me, I'm not fun at all. Me, I'm always just like, go and play by yourself. But I can go out 2 seconds later, come back in the house. My son is wigging, daddy, oh my days. My wife comes home and he's just like, Mom, you all right? You good? So it's easy. Like the hard job is, I see the hard job that my wife has, from carrying a child, breastfeeding, getting up at night, all of that. They have the hard work. So for me, it's just stay sane, because what took my dad going down the wrong path is the fact that once the ball started rolling, he couldn't stop. He just had to keep feeding that that thing that was just messing him up, and he just went down that road. Yeah, until my mum was just like, "You can't be here." Get what I'm saying?
Not that I don't even want you to, but
can't. You just you're going to destroy everything. So
yeah,
duck out, rude boy. So big up her, man. Big up her. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for sharing that, man.
Yeah, come on.
In your household, as you mentioned, your wife being there, marriage is what brought you together. What have you learned about marriage? How many years have we married now?
Coming to 6 years. What have I learned about marriage? Marriage. The reason why I say that, because marriage is not, you know, what the movies paint. This whole, oh, I love you every minute, and that kind of, it's not always that. Marriage is a very serious, we've got to do this, we've got to do that, make sure this is in place and this is right, even without a child involved. Marriage is I feel like it's the management of what is going to keep you two together. Yeah, that's but marriage has put a mirror up in my face, and you are trash, rude boy. You gotta get it together. And it's just like, yeah, like marriage held a very, very, very clear mirror to me. Clear.
What did that mirror say?
God. It definitely said that I got to sort out my temper. Definitely. You can't just keep flying off the roof like that, like just going mad. You got to nip that in the bud, and thank God I did.
What things were triggering that?
God damn, boy. Great therapist. Next 5 minutes later, I'll be like, and then she said, like that. That's what I said. All right. going before I was a Christian, you couldn't speak to me in a particular way that would, you know, I'd be like, very hard not to respond with violence.
Yeah.
And that's because of where I came from.
Wow.
You know, that's just the truth. I saw that around me. I thought that's what you do. Someone says something, you knock them upside their head. Don't speak to me like that no more. You can't do that in a marriage. You cannot do that in a marriage. And it's not even a thing of self-control. It's a thing of, I'm not going to entertain that side of me. So when I say it held a mirror up to me, it let me know that these are the deep-rooted things that you're dealing with. So I can't just blame myself. I've got to bring it to the table and have an open discussion between me and my wife and say, we've got to put our flaws on the table and have a discussion about how we don't upset each other, and even the good things, put those on the table and say, yo, you know, these are the great things that I love when you do this, or I personally like XYZ, and just be honest. And that's why I say it held a mirror up to me, because it forced me to look deep within myself and say, yeah, like, even though everybody has a temper, you have a temper, but it's not good. You know, I can't lash out on my wife. It's not gonna happen. You know, I can lash out on the man on the road that disrespects my family, but not on my wife. So deal with it, but deal with it with both of you. I can't just deal with it. We have to make sure. I have to make sure I don't disrespect her, and vice versa. So yeah.
That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. You didn't have to, but
Yeah, cool.
I appreciate that.
It's you, bro. It's the way you ask the questions. You're just like, how'd you You can't be that soft spoken, bro. Jesus.
All right, so this is you as a husband.
Yeah.
My daughter, having my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the things that she has taught me is how.
This better be good. You can't just be laughing like that.
Do you know what? It's because of what you said about what your marriage mirror has showed you, is what my daughter's mirror is showing me. That there's certain things you need to sort that out. The way you respond, the way I respond to certain situations, the way I might want her to do something a certain way. So I wanted to ask you, you know, what is your son? What's your son's mirror showing you about yourself as a father?
It has shown me I am the typical, honestly, and I didn't think I had it in me, but it shows me that I am the typical Nigerian dad. I'm only interested in this boy's education, and I don't know where I came, because I failed at school. So I don't know where that came from. When I'm teaching my son, I suddenly turn into Professor Babatunde, and you know what I'm saying? I'm probably just like, and part of it comes from my drama school days. My son is very well spoken because he's learned firsthand how to pronounce certain words. So before lockdown, we got told that our son is moving up in reading. He's got, we've had to move your son up in reading because he's just too good. And I can hear the Nigerian in me screaming, that is it. Well done. That's what that is what is held up in my face, that I'm just not here for none of this playtime. When he wants to play with me, it's just like, big man, I don't know what you want me to do. He's like, let's build Lego. No, you know, go and
read.
Build a building. Don't build Lego. Are you crazy? No. Yeah,
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So I've got to learn how to play with him more. I really do. I play with him, but the level that he wants me to play at, brother, I've got to be a gymnast. I've got to backflip because, my Lord, this boy, my son can play. Yeah.
Do you know, I was talking to, we did a sit down with Jamie, and I always remember the question I asked him, what does he expect of his daughter? What is his expectations, his ambitions for her? And he said, expectations?
Yeah.
He goes, no, I don't have none. I
Thank
said, what? I said, I don't have none. I just want her to be the fullness of who she is. And I think that I always remember that conversation. And whenever, you know, my daughter wants to play, I need to cook this food, but otherwise it's not going to be ready for your mom. But in my mind, I always remember that, and I come back and I'm like, okay, you want to do this? Let's do it. And there's a time we took her to the park, this adventure park, and there was a puddle.
Oh yeah, they want to jump in that.
And I said to myself, and I saw her going to, there were kids near her, and she was walking towards it. I said, and in my head, I said, don't you dare, because we dressed you up. And she got into it, and she started to.
You got wellies?
Mind, no.
Oh,
I didn't bring. I forgot.
Don't buy wellies.
No, we've got wellies. We've got wellies. We just didn't bring it on that. Yeah. And so she went in it, yeah, and she started splashing. My immediate response was, I'm going to get up there now, and I'm going to lift her out of that place. But I said,
yeah, I'm going to stop the fun.
Stop. But I said, sit down. And I actually filmed it on my phone, her stamping. Each stamp was crushing my heart. The mud.
Your new Reeboks, eh? Your new shoes.
But I just had to remember, do you know what? They are children for only a short period of time, and then they're going to start paying council tax.
Bro,
so let them be children.
Bro, I was on the phone with my sister, and we were FaceTiming each other, and you know, I turned the camera to my son who was jumping in his trampoline, and me and my sister were just like, ain't it good that he gets to do this at his age? Trampoline in what house when I was growing up? My mom would be like, for what? Like, trampoline? Are you, no, what?
For what?
Like, we would, like, not even a joke, me and my sister learned how to clean. When we would go to our auntie's house to like, you know, to stay, you thinking you're going there to stay and play with your cousin stuff. No, everybody, you do the plates, you do this, we all had jobs all of a sudden. Like, we couldn't even play, we had to clean.
Oh, God.
I'm so happy for my son, and I'm the way you are now. Like, he's got his wellies now. I've learnt the hard way. My boy's messed up mad Adidas and Reebok, and you know us black people, we go in, get this and that and that. He's messed up mad shoes before I learned. Get him wellies, let him mess them up. Jumping in these puddles, it's all good.
Yeah, exactly. As long as you've got a washing machine, hey, you want to roll on the floor? I'm annoyed, but just roll, because soon you'll pay council tax, and you won't be rolling on the floor anymore. So you better just roll your life away, because when that council tax comes,
Yo, watch TV or watching my son on his tablet. It gives me, like, it sends me, bro, spins my head. Children don't sit still, and the way they get comfortable, my legs will be on like, you know, on the armrest of the chair, and he's down below, like, and yeah, go to you, man.
We got everyone that's joined us so far, man. We're just reminiscing, but just looking at from where Babatunde has come from to where he is now, as a father, as a husband, and it's been a real mirroring experience. Just these different roles show you more and more about yourself. Marriage teaches you about you. Children teach you about you. Who am I? What do I need to tweak, and what am I doing well? You know, so thank you for sharing. Let's jump into your career. Like, what in the first place drew you to comedy? Because comedy is not, it's not easy. I love what me and my sister, she's in the chat. We love watching comedians. And I remember I was at the Sunday show with my wife. I remember there's this comedian. He said he could tell jokes, yeah. And he came on stage and he said, "I'll be easy with me. I'm nervous. Yo, my man, them, can you come to the front to support? Please, I need to see you to be confident." And I think he told one joke, and that was it. He flopped.
Oh, get off!
Yeah. And so I watched that, and I was like, this thing is not. It's not easy. So I was asking, you know, what drew you to comedy of all things?
Eddie Murphy was the inspiration, for the initial inspiration. When I watched Eddie Murphy Delirious, I was at my auntie's house, and I remember just seeing the tape, the cassette tape, back when cassettes were the thing, and I just saw the red outfit, and I was just like, what is this? But I just knew it was funny. I was just like, what is this? And I remember when she eventually allowed me to watch it, because she was just like, nope, you can't watch it, swearing, you can't watch it. But I kept asking, and then when I watched it, I didn't understand the jokes then, but I just knew it was funny, so I was laughing my head off. You get it? But then once I got to school, from that inspiration, once I'd get to school, it was just like, right, I'm gonna practice this until it just became the bug bit me, and I was just like, I love telling jokes. Like, you know, I even while I was in secondary school, I used to go home, come up with come up with conversations. So I would do things like come up with a response and a conversation opener, so that I can hit them with a particular response to laugh. And I remember my friend caught me out. He was laughing. He was just like, "Hey, blood, are you planning all these conversations when you go home?" And I was like, "Oh, no, like they've caught on." It was too, you know what I'm saying? It was too scripted, the way I'd like hit them with something. They'd say something, then bam, I've hit them with a response, and they'll start busting up. It was just too, you know, structured. So they clocked on. But yeah, that was like early on me learning how to structure jokes and things like that. So yeah.
And that's the thing. I love that you said that, because I wanted to ask, what's the art to telling jokes? It's not a case of you just standing there and, oh, let me tell this joke. Like, there's the setup, there's the prelude. Tell us about the art of it.
There's stuff like that. The setup at the punch and the punch. That's just it. Set up, punch. However, there is no. I can come up with a joke right now, and it's not guaranteed to make anybody laugh. That's the beauty of it. You have to really dig deep and search for the laugh. Wow. That's why you know, when people just make me laugh, it's just like, it don't work.
Okay, that's why it don't work. Okay.
That's why when I pick a topic like marriage, I have to really break it down. Like, get married, you squeeze all the juice out of it until you get to that one gem. You get what I'm trying to say? That one gem, and it's just like, that's the joke. Now I got to do that all again to find the next joke.
Wow.
So that's why seeing comedians die on stage is just them getting to the actual gem of the joke. So when you see a comedian, you're thinking, this person's crap. They're not crap. They're searching. Wow. They know the laugh is, there's something funny about this topic, and I'm determined to get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Our open nights are we just die on stage. It's just us dying. That's it.
And I remember the days of Kojo's, what was it? Kojo's Comedy House.
Yeah.
Tell me about those times, because, you know, that was like a Babatunde era. Like, that was like,
yeah.
Like, you were riding that wave. What was it like to, night after night, show after show, hit those jokes? And you're like, man, these people are, these people are really laughing.
Exciting, man. I was 17 years old, and I didn't know nothing about a comedy club. I knew about the theatre, the stage, the big performers, but I didn't know about the small clubs. I didn't know nothing about the circuit. I learned a lot. I still wish that Cork's Wine Bar.
Oh, big up Cork. So you can say Cork.
Yeah, I wish that place still existed, and I wish Kojo had bought that place, and I wish the Comedy Fun House would be a branded comedy night, because we would all have our pictures there. Me, Eddie Caddy, Kevin, Jamie Howard, London, Fumbi, Ola, all of us would have our pictures around that place, because that was that if anyone was there at that time, they know how special it was, because that place used to get so packed. Like, line would be around the corner, and on Bond Street. Dave. That's where I first saw Dave Chappelle. That's where I first saw Chris Rock up front. First time seeing Dave Chappelle up front. Russell Simmons, Willie Robo, everybody. Like me, Eddie Caddy, Kojo, everyone on the black circuit, bar a couple people. Yeah, we put in work in that place.
And I used to work on JD Sports at that time, so I could literally walk down. I remember I would finish my shift, and then my clothes would be in my bag. Because of it, I put on my clothes and I got Cork's Wine.
No van.
It was, and like you said, it would have been nice. Yeah, it would have been beautiful if he had like literally scrambled and taken that place as his own, and that could be as synonymous as like a blues, blues show or blues nightclub or
in Piccadilly Circus or like Glee. It would be like that for us. And yeah, I say that to Kojo, and he's just like, blood, move on. And I'm just like, how? He's like, let it go. I can't let it go. I don't think you understand what you did, what Kojo did. And he's responsible for a lot of stars. He's responsible for a lot of stars. He really is. And I give credit where credit's due, man. Salute to him. He's the big bro.
Yeah, 100%. Now there was a period you went quiet.
Yeah.
And we were like, like people were rising up around you, but we were like, oh, but where's I don't think that's comedy anymore. Like, oh, okay. But during that period, you got married. You had a child.
You did your research, man. Damn.
What was it like seeing it happen around you, but knowing you still got that bug in you, that itch for comedy?
I was happy. I was happy for everybody making it. I was happy for myself not being a part of it. I didn't want to do it. I had enough, and I had enough in the terms of I accepted that there is a ceiling. There's a ceiling just to yourself. It's like I thought I exhausted all my material. I thought, I can't. I'm not inspired. I can't write another joke. I can't come up with anything. I just thought I'm done. I'm fresh out of ideas, and let me bow out gracefully. Let me just go. And I didn't want no fuss. I really didn't. I was like, let me bow out gracefully. Let me just go, get married. Have my family, and I was happy until my wife sat me down one day.
Your wife.
She was just like, you want to get on stage. I know you want to get on stage. And it was just like, yeah, I do. Go and do it. And it was just like, that's all I needed to hear. All I needed. And it's funny, we had the conversation. I was just like, I think I should do it. And she was just like, I know you do. Go and do it. How things turned around so quick. Because I proper thought I accepted in my mind, I am not going to be one of the people on TV. I accepted it. I was just like, cool, I'm content. And it broke me a bit, because I was just like, man, I'm really not going to I'm not going to make it. Oh, well. Cool. I'm just one of those guys on the circuit. I play the circuit. And I was just like, if that's what it's going to be, that's what it's going to be. But then something made me contact Polly and her husband, who are, they're both my managers. And I was just like, I don't know what made me message them and just be like, hey, do you want to manage me? And at first they were just like, nah. Nah.
No, okay.
And then Mo called me up to do a show. He was like, oh, come down and do this this night for me. I did it. And I can just see Polly's husband, like Gelly. Polly's husband's Gelly. You know Gelly, right?
I've never met Gelly, no.
I can just see him staring at me. And that night, I murdered the place. And I could just see him staring at me, like, you know, it's just like, his eyes fixed. I come off stage, I go to say bye, because I'm just like, oh man, I'm going. So I'm just like, yo, Gelly, I'm gone. Man, he held my hand. He was just like, yeah, it was just like, let's talk. We're going to talk here.
Come on.
Yeah, it was just, we're gonna set up a call. We'll talk.
Come on.
Boom. And then it was just from there, boom. Yeah. From that day when he was just like, let's talk, Edinburgh, Gogglebox, and it just, you know, even to this year, I can't say, but it's just rolled on, and yeah.
Big up to your wife.
But when it arrives, you just have to be ready, and it doesn't come the way you expect it.
Yeah.
So you just have to grab it and go, okay, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. There's a part you said that you were content, because I feel that at the same time there could have been a part of you that was like, oh my gosh, I've got to get out there, and especially because around the time where you moved from, the comedy scene moved from stand-up, especially in the UK, to more online platforms, social media comedians. Yeah. You could have been like, right, I need to stay relevant. Right, let me do my TikTok. But it's almost like you preserved your seasoned state, and then when it was time to come back, it was like, yeah, you seems like you came off where you were at a high, and were able to come back at a high. You see what I'm saying? And now you just come back in a stronger and in a better way. Yeah. Tell me about that Gogglebox, actually. Like,
Gogglebox, wow. You know what's funny about Gogglebox,
yeah?
It's that it's so funny. My wife and her cousin, they were like, they want to do Gogglebox so badly. They were just, oh man, we want to be on it. We'd be great on it. And I remember just watching it, like, I love this show. This show is hilarious. And then I got called up. Mo was just like, hey, do you want to do my tour? I was like, yeah, cool. And then, obviously, management called me a few months later. And they were just like, all right, you and Mo are going on Gogglebox. And I'm like, what? Whoa. I'm like, slow down. What? Like, they're like, yeah, you're going to go on Gogglebox. So, but it was going to be the introduction for the tour. It was going to be like, all right, yeah, you know, they're going on tour soon. And when people come on tour, they go, oh, that's the guy that was with Mo on Gogglebox. Oh, okay. Obviously, pandemic hit. But then what happened because of that is that the fan base we got just from Gogglebox was so crazy. Gogglebox was just like, we're going to have to extend U2's run on the show, because we weren't booked for all episodes.
Yeah.
We're only booked for a few. And then they said, can you do the whole series? Because the impact, like, the feedback was crazy. And so for Mo, he's used to this. But for me now, I was just like, what the hell is happening? Like, yeah, the feedback was crazy. And then obviously we did the stand-up for Cancer special. They invited us back. And, you know, there's other things happening. There's other things happening this year with Channel 4. And it's all because of that show and the fan base we got from that. So I love that show. I love that show.
As you should.
What it's done for me last year, especially. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. You got to meet Dave Chappelle, and I wanted to ask that, was there any conversations that you had that really were quite important to you, or that you took away from him with
Dave Chappelle?
With Dave, yeah.
Nah, not.
Oh, it's just a picture.
No. All right, so I was so shook. Oh, when I saw it. Yeah, bro. Imagine, I don't know who, because obviously you're a musician, so I don't know who in your.
Probably Jay-Z or Drake.
Okay. Imagine seeing one of them. What the hell do you say? Other than, hey man, you're the greatest. Bro, it's crazy. Because this is the second time I've seen him in the flesh, but this is the first time where man's talking to me. So I'm talking. Next minute, I turn around. Dave Chappelle's right there, right next to me. And it's just like, oh, snap. And I'm just like, hey, I'm BABATUNDE. He's just like, hey, man, I heard of you, man. Coach Jones said a lot of great stuff about you. I'm looking forward to your performance. Damn. It's like, oh, Lord. And then backstage, obviously, everybody's like excited. And I'm there sweating buckets because I'm just like, he said he was looking forward to my performance. So thanks. Now I'm bricking it. Did it, made him laugh, come back. He's just like, hey, man, you funny. Keep it up, man. Obviously, then we did the picture. And we were just talking normally, just having normal conversation. I can't remember what it was about, but we just had a normal conversation. And my man was just talking to us like he knows us. He was just like, yeah, I was just like, it was blowing my mind. It was blowing my mind. Yeah, that. Dave Chappelle is a very humble human being. Very humble, very funny, very, very talented in terms of the craft. He takes the craft way more seriously than all of us. And watching him work inspired me that's okay. So that's how comedy's done. That's how you do it. Yeah.
That's beautiful, man. Oh, this is an amazing conversation. I wanted to ask you just the last few things.
Yep.
Throughout your career, you've never shied away from your Christian faith. Never shied away from speaking about it. And I just wanted to talk about that. What impact has your faith had on what you do, on your family, on you as a person?
Yeah, it's had the impact it's had has been big because obviously there's I've been to all types of black churches from white garment to Pentecostal. I go evangelical now, so it's had a great impact. But the most I think it's just the way, obviously, I conduct myself on and off, stage. Just being aware of my behavior, being aware of what I represent, who I represent. And that's really it. I've not found the inspiration to really make a whole 10-minute act or routine on church yet. I'm still finding because with church you gain understanding so much. I could talk about church all day long. I really could. But it's so because all the denominations, it's hard. Like now my views have changed so much from before. I used to go to a Pentecostal church. I don't anymore because my views changed. Once I really started to read the Bible, I was just like, certain things don't line up, And so there's that, but I just haven't been inspired to kind of talk about it in a routine. But I asked my wife, I love church. Love church, love the Bible, love studying the Bible, love breaking down verses, breaking down chapters, studied hermeneutics, and at one point I was just like, I might be a pastor, and I was just like, no. But yeah, I love church. Love it.
What is the type of what's the type of legacy that you want to leave in comedy that when when you're gone, you've passed, how you want people to look back and think of you?
Before, I wanted to be the greatest comedian ever. But now I'll let my legacy be my legacy. I don't think you can ever define how people are going to perceive you. You can never define how you're going to be, what legacy you're going to leave. So I think the what I would like to leave the game saying to myself is, I did it. I did it. Amongst anything I can say, oh, I wasn't the greatest. I definitely was a stand-up for me, and I'm fine with that. So even if I'm not the greatest, me just being a stand-up, I follow a long list of great stand-ups.
Yeah.
From the Eddie Murphys to the Dave Chappelles to the no-name person that never got recognized, but it's funny, to the person who just tried it, who keeps trying it, and they're not funny and they haven't realized. I fall in line with good and bad and mediocre, were all stand-ups. So that title alone, I love it. I love it. Yeah.
I love that. You've shared a lot, but you've got one more question, and remember you have one pass card. You haven't used your pass card.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you want to use it now for this one. Are you ready?
Go on. I'm probably going to use it. Question.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No, it's an easy question. The question is simply, do you have a question for me? You don't have to.
Funny, because we've known each other for a long time. We've known each other for a long time. You're still a Christian.
Am I?
You're still a Christian, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't have a question, bro.
Okay, no, that's good.
I don't have a question. I don't have which I'm sorry if that's like...
No, I always ask that. For people that know me, and when I interview people that I know, I always ask them that question.
You know what it is? Because me and you, we've known each other for a long time, but we've never like... I think it's only lately, especially because we're locals now.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'm going to get to know this brother properly.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I'd be forcing it if I said I had a question. I don't.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
cool. But I think we're going to have a lot more, definitely going to have a lot more dialogue.
100%.
Nowadays, you know what I'm saying? And I'm happy about that, bro.
One last question was from one of the listeners, JK. She said, what is your love story? How did you and your wife meet?
We met in, this is going to sound so cheesy. So we met in secondary school. We didn't get together in secondary school.
Okay, not long ago.
My wife is 4 years younger than me. So that in secondary school, that would have been mad. You're year 10 getting with a year 7. So no. So we met in school, but then she started going to the church that I was attending. And then as we grew older, I remember one day, this is not even a joke. One day I looked at her and I was just like, damn, she's fine as hell. And it just progressed from there. I made the first move, and then I thought she was going to be like, move from me. But she just would, like, it was so funny because I obviously I made the comment like, yeah, you fine. And then she wouldn't stop. Like, she wouldn't stop texting me. So in my mind, I'm like, what's going on here? Like, because it's like, yes, I made the first move, but I didn't expect it to, progress as it did. And then, one thing led to another. Obviously, we did everything in the right way. We did the courting, all of that nice stuff. But then I knew straight away that, she's a wife. Just from the way she conducted herself, I was just like, she's the one. And I made sure that bag it quickly. So within 6 months of us getting engaged, I was just like, we're getting married. No, within 6 months we got married from his weekend because I wasn't playing.
Oh, are you covering the mic?
Sorry? Oh,
No,
sorry.
yeah, it's covering the mic.
So sorry. I said within 6 months of us two getting engaged, we got married because I weren't playing. I was just like, yeah, we're getting married. I'm not going to be one of those people. Oh yeah, we're just 2 years into our engagement. We'll see what happens. No.
You knew what you wanted.
Yeah, I'm married. 100%. So yeah.
To round up, what do you love about her the most? What's that one quality?
She's a very determined individual. Sometimes it annoys the hell out of me because why are you laughing? Josh, I can see how they are. It says I'm determined. Anyway, she's very determined. Sometimes she's stubborn as hell. Sometimes it's just like, I don't want to move from here to here. We're moving. And it's just like, I have to do it. Like, you know how it is, bro, being married. You say no to everything they say. An hour later, you're doing exactly what they suggested for you to do. And yeah, that's my wife. I think it's the Jamaican in her. That's what called
Big up the Jamaican. Well, big up to your wife because they always say behind every great man.
Oh, 100%.
So,
100%.
well, bro, thank you for your time, man. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. What can we be looking out for from you and supporting you?
Stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say. Cool. Stay tuned because Channel 4 is about to be lit. Nice. Channel 4 is about to be lit, especially come fall this year, come September. Yeah, Channel 4 is going to be very black. Channel 4 is about to be blacker than ever. So stay tuned to that. And hopefully by the end of this year, there'll be even, the beginning of this year to September is, you guys are going to be very, very happy for me. Beyond that, we will see. We will see. Yeah, man, we'll see. Just stay tuned. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. Cool.
Well, thank you, bro. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be supporting you all the way. And yeah, hopefully after this corona, we can link up in the hometown.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah,
God bless you guys. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Thank you.
God bless, bro.
Take care. Cool.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us for 21 questions with BABATUNDE ALESHE. Let us know in the comment section how you found it. If this is your first time ever joining 21 Questions, the Sit Down, this is our platform. We do this every Thursday, 9 p.m. Click the link in our bio, okay, and watch our YouTube channel. We've got 42 episodes that you can watch, or you can watch on our IGTV. If you didn't catch all of this, we're going to put this on our IGTV, and if you're watching this back, well, so yeah, we're going to be back here next Thursday, 9 p.m, and we have a guest. I'm not going to tell you. You always have to keep following the Sit Down UK, and we release it in a week. So make sure you're following us, and we'll see you back here Thursday, 9 p.m. And let me just say shout out to everybody. JK, fabulous, so good. Thank you for a question. Big E, how you doing, bro? Make sure you watch the rest. Tyler, I couldn't do it because of time. Who else? These comments are funny. You find it hard to quote by my middle name, I love it. Yes, so guys, make sure you check out all the episodes. We've got so many episodes. Last week we had, who did we have last week? Zach Snaps, he's a photographer. We've had so many guests. I just want you to get the gems and to get the juice of the interviews that we've had. So click the link in bio, watch on our YouTube channel, or just watch it on our IGTV. I've been IC. Make sure you follow me if you want to, through my bio. And if you are on Clubhouse, make sure you follow the Sit Down UK. If you need an invite and you've got an iPhone, DM this page and I'll get you an invite. Anyway, peace out. Have a great evening.